Right folks, hello folks, how's it going? Doing an overnighter with John. We've come back up to the same location that we was at last weekend. It was me, John and Barney. I just see three as I walked into this area where we camp. There was three stags. I didn't video it. Well, I did, I sort of put a bit of a video on my phone. But I didn't obviously use the GoPro, because by the time I would have got it out and everything, they would have fucked off. Oh, they would have left anyway. But it was quite nice because they didn't just scarper, they kind of really just took their time. They was obviously standing and watching me and all that sort of stuff as well. So yeah, so what's the port of call? You know, don't you? Right, so while I'm sitting here, planning my own business, I don't know, sort of up there-ish, there's a couple of does. There's one there and one there. They're having a little gander. Anyway, let's turn the video off. So it was actually three of them, and they are still walking off now. They ain't scampering off and everything else, whether they've just got used to people being around here or what, I don't know, but they literally are. They're still there now. I'm not going to show you, just take my word for it. I'm not lying to you. I've got nothing to, you know what I mean. But yeah, so anyway. Dear, disturbing me making a brew? What's that all about? How's it going, folks? So I've been a bit busy this week. Sort of wanted to make myself a pad to sit my arms down on. Got to keep my bum warm. My bum comfy. And then the other thing I've made, I didn't make this. This is a mesh bag that I got that Mac Title would give me. But some of you, if you see the shorts, or if you follow me on Instagram, I've been having to go and making my own tarp. Well, I basically bought the sheet and all the bits. I had a local seamstress put all the tie-off points on it for me, and as you can see, it's quite dry. But I mean, it's only been sort of drying out for a day and a bit, and I basically used a sheet of Egyptian cotton, soaked in a mixture to produce my own kind of oilskin tarp. So I'm going to be kipping out in that the weekend, or the weekend, just as for the overnighter. So we see how that goes. The walk up to this little base camp. Literally yesterday, I went out. I've been running and that all week, and blah blah blah, getting into me running. My ankle's obviously a lot better. Thanks for asking. And I put an extra couple of well, added an extra 4 kilo to my weight vest last night, and I literally was just walking, and in the end I got bored of the walking and I had to just trot. I had to trot anyway. And then I had a few comments on there, and someone asked, you know, why are you blah 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 blah, you know, not in a negative way, just sort of like inquisitive and everything else, you know, as I'm you know, for whatever reason. And one of the reasons is to come up here, because I kid you not, from the second you step out of your car, right, you walk up an incline, and then it's an incline pretty much all the way. It's an incline even the last bit coming up here. So that's a little bit of a reason why. Stark contrast from last weekend. Someone said in a recent comment that I spoke more than his wife. Mate, you know, I replied to you. You know, the least you can do is get back to me, and this, it goes for a lot of you really, and this isn't a rant, I'm just an observation. Alright, if you ask me a question, alright, and I answer your question, can you have the decent courtesy to reply back to me and just say thanks or something like that, rather than expecting me to think that I'm here at your beck and call just to put out videos. Alright, anyway, that's my little rant over. But yeah, someone said that I spoke more than his wife. And then you go the other way. If you don't talk in your videos, people like you to talk in your videos, so you can't please everybody, can you? Wonder how many people are shouting at the camera now, shouting at their TV screens. It's funny. No rush. No rush. What are you doing? What are you doing? Should wind up. It's not raining, folks, you know what I mean? So, you know. pose a question, right? I bet you 99% of you won't get through this. You will not get through this at all. And I think it's a nice little tester of your patience, because how many of you would give up at this stage, if not miles before, and use some other method to try and light your fires, just because you see fat wood and blah 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 and all this stuff, all right, and it all goes up with a flick of a switch and all the rest of it, all right? Sometimes it's nice just to try other little methods, and at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. But it can be a tester. It can be a real test of your patience and everything else, of your staying power, if you like, of actually trying to get your fire going. You know, I make no apologies for it, folks. If you don't want to see it, just click off, press forward. If I'm actually admit, it's a nice strong ember. Maybe I got the wrong choice of tinders. I don't think I have, but it's not the greatest. But I'm not giving up on it. Easy to do that. I've got a ton of other stuff I can use, birch bark, you know, cedar bark and all the rest of it. I just think it's fun. Oh. So 20 fags here, 20 cigarettes even. Really struggling though. I think I'm almost going to get a head rush now. You think that would have taken by now, wouldn't you, really? Even with some of the shavings that I put on there. It's not having none of it. For some reason, I don't know why, and yet it's quite a strong ember, really. I'm sure it'll go. Still made up some more curls. Word. So there it is, folks. All right, if you're new to my videos, if you've literally just clicked in and you're watching your first video and you're shouting at the screen, what's he doing, you know what I mean? I don't care. At the end of the day, right, sometimes getting into situations where fire can be struggling, especially when people are videoing it, it can be that, oh no, I've got to get a fire going, I've got to make it, you know, blah 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 blah. It's not always the case. It really isn't. It really isn't the case. You know, forget the textbooks and everything else and what everyone else. You know, if it was really that easy, I'd just bring a can of petrol out and do it that way. But you know what? It's nice just to mix it up. I had a bit of that was a bit of charred fungi, and I mean, it had quite an intense heat. Maybe I had the wrong choice of tinders. I don't think I did, because it was sort of nice, dry, seasoned ash. Maybe I could have put on a bit more, but it's dry. The conditions are dry, folks, you know, and I've got nothing to prove on here. I really haven't. And as I say, if you don't like it, you know, press that button and go somewhere else. You know what I mean? It seems like I'm ranting, doesn't it? Seems like I'm having a bit of a go on this video at the moment, but I'm not. I'm really just, it's just a bit of fun, really. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to, you know, pop at anyone in particular. I'm sure there's people out there that will. But anyway, there you go, folks. Fire's going. Nice. Pushed it. As you go out, right, folks, there it is. There's the that's my homemade tarp, Egyptian cotton, and then the mixture to give it that that sort of oily look. It's still a little bit, it might be still a bit damp. I'm not sure if it's just the feeling, the fact that it just needs a bit of weathering and wearing in, really. But quite impressed with this. The seamstress has done a fantastic job on the tapes. So yeah, the only thing I'm missing now is a downpour, which at the moment Thor can go do one. I'm quite happy just to sleep in it as is. There's loads of space in there as well, especially for me. So quite pleased with it so far. When we was here last week, the smoke was blowing around left, right and centre, and we had less wind than we have today. So basically what we've done is we've made a little sort of fire reflector, if you like, you know, whatever, but just to sort of reduce it's windier today, and obviously just to prevent this smoke from swirling round as much as it has been, literally just made this up. So hopefully it looks like so far that it's alleviating some of the issues with the smoke that we had swirling around from last week, because it was all over the place, and it's less wind. So the old boys showed up, and John's me camp bitch. Come on, bitch, bring that wood over. Barney ain't here, so you got to do you got to do it instead.
I just leant on it, Your Honour.
So yeah, John's just been gathering some wood up. I've been doing it as well, but yeah, I've constructed this abysmal, whatever you want to call it, windbreak, wind reflector, fire reflector. But it's not for reflecting the fire, it really is just for keeping some of the wind away from the smoke. But anyway, it's nice just to film the old boy bitching. Not he's my bitch, he's not bitching. So yeah. Yeah, with the wind.
I've got a little tarp off Dave Fry's at Prepper Meat. It's only like basher size. but it's like a plain green, and it's quite lightweight, packs down quite small.
Yeah.
I was thinking, oh, no, I thought, well, no, fuck it, it's going to be a bit breezy in that. I'll just bring out my normal one. Quite low.
Hey?
Quite low, that Spitfire.
Is that the one where people pay to go on it?
Yeah, big time.
It's nice when that sun comes out, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's lovely, isn't it? John's setting up, and he's obviously gone for his usual plough point, getting all these gears set up there. So John's moving his plough point because where he had it set. I mean, there's no wind now, but there was some of those ash trees, especially some of the top end branches. A few of them were whacking, and some of the dead branches come down. So it was just a tactical decision to move it over there and anchor off that pine, and then.
Too sure about the neighbours?
Well, as long as you don't snore. And then there's my setup that I've done. I've done it set up like a plough point now. So, I'm saying we're expecting a drop of rain tonight. Now, if we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. I'm not fussed really. I mean, I will be testing it out somewhat. But, you know, plough point, schmow point, whatever, it works. Those two sticks are there for later for me boots. And then we've got the old obligatory pea bottle. So not bad, eh? Kick that out. Actually, might get away. No, it's gone out, yeah. Alright, what's going on here then? Let's get away with that actually. So I've got orzo pasta bolognese. My water's boiling on the rocket stove there that's smoking away, but it is burning up lovely. John's got
chicken curry with potatoes and rice.
Sounds good, courtesy of the British arm of the armed forces. And then I've got some chorizo as well to add to the last of my chorizo to add to my bolognese. Right, 15 minutes, 6 o'clock. Oh. Bit of hazy chain. Well, you know, first port of call, you know, we've got to get a brew on. So morning folks, on Sunday, John went off for a little bimble earlier and he found a nice little gem, he's got a bit of a deer antler, haven't you?
Yeah,
quite a nice size that.
Nice complete single one.
Yeah.
Lucky find.
So anyway, not anyway, but we're getting a brew up. Anyway, yeah, whatever. So last night it rained, and well, you know, I didn't obviously get wet under the tarp, and there's, you know, it's sort of the rain is beading on top of that material, considering it's just cotton, and it's been soaked in some oils. That's pretty good. I'm quite chuffed with that so far. Only time will tell. So for breakfast I've got one of them Ministry of Beef Great Blighty Breakfast by the State Detective. So just a boil in the bag chopper, I'll just shove it in the old kettle and then boil that up for beauty of that. You can eat it hot or cold, but I'm going to obviously have it hot. Well, I was going to try and squash it into the kettle, but I think I'll just stick it in the pot instead. Reminds me of like a compo ration pack, really. That was pretty good, folks. I know it's just a, you know, it's just like an old ration pack, but it's quite, you know, the wholesome bits of meat in now, bacon and sausage and beans. So the old farts will be coming out later. But that was very nice, you know, very good. And he bless him, old State Detective, he sent that to me as like a freebie, really. Not affiliated with him. But I love, you know, we love to promote these local little cottage businesses here in the UK, which is really good. So I'll leave a link in the description for you to go and have a check him out. Purchase some of his biltong. Sauces are good as well. I've got the breakfast sauce. That is superb. Got a proper kick to it. Well folks, so that's it for this video. So thank you John for a great overnight.
Yeah, it's been a good camp.
Yeah.
Windy, wild and wet.
Yes, we couldn't film the conversation because I'd probably get banned off YouTube. But anyway, regardless of that, hope you enjoyed this one if you get this far. Take care, see you on the next video. Check out the description, folks. Check out the description. Check out the description. Check out the description. Hopefully you might have got it then. Take care.